Hey you guys, welcome back to Black Tea. It's your girl Ebony. Okay you guys, I know that I have been missing in action. I do apologize allegedly, but y'all know that I am back and I am back with the mess. Now there are several topics I want to cover in this video, but the first topic is none other than Miss DaniLeigh, aka Yellow Bone is never what he wanted, sitting down with Angie Martinez. Now, during her interview, DaniLeigh basically wanted to provide her perspective and her side of her situationship with Dababy. Not only did she want to clarify that she was not a side chick, but she also wanted to apologize for the Yellow Bone song. However, while all of us thought she was taking accountability, it was actually revealed that even after Dababy humiliated her all over the internet, well, Miss DaniLeigh did meet Dababy back in London and they got busy. Chill, I know you lying. So go ahead and check out this interview.
This song out was like a year ago? Was it a year and a half? Or was it longer? I'm so
It was
bad
a year
with time.
ago. It was like a year.
It was a snippet. It wasn't even a full song, right? Called Yellow Bone.
Right. When I did drop the snippet and saw how everyone reacted, I was like, ooh, I messed up. I messed up. I didn't super realize it at that time, and that's why I responded like defensive. But it was a horrible mistake. It was not a good moment for sure for me, and it was a hard time. In that time, like a lot was going on in my life. Like me and baby broke up. That happened. Me and my family. I was pregnant. Like it was just all at once. So I was like, ooh, what is God trying to teach me right now? Because it was definitely a learning lesson for me, and I just want to say to everybody that I'm super sorry, because it just was a mistake.
Yeah, listen, everybody been in relationships that were healthy, not healthy.
Right.
You're not the first girl to be in a relationship that maybe could wind up where that was. But
Right.
I think what shocked a lot of people is the way that he was talking to you and the things that he said. He called you his side piece.
Right.
He told you to leave the house. It just seemed like it was a really toxic situation. That wasn't the first time that had happened for you. What was it like? What could you tell us about your relationship and the situation you were in?
Well, me and baby had been talking been together for about like 3 years on and off. We started talking like September 2019. So it was toxic. You know, we had our really good times, and
I was gonna say it doesn't ever start toxic.
No, we were like this in the beginning. Like we were in love, like that honeymoon phase. Like, you know, it was really good. We both were kind of at our peak of our careers too. Like I had Rolling Loud, he had Rolling Loud the next day. Like it was just always like we were always both so busy. I had Fashion Week. Like it was intriguing for both of us to be like, you know, doing good, and like we would be supporting each other. So it was good. And then of course he had his little mess ups and stuff, so we'd break up for a month and then get back together, and then again we'd break up. We broke up a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of on and offs going on, but during that time I definitely wasn't his side piece, and he knows that too. But I felt like when I spoke to him, he told me like the night before I was doing the most when it comes to like crying and all this stuff, how I felt. And I guess he said what he said out of anger and try to make me look bad, I guess. I don't know.
So that moment happens. Can you even
Right.
Can you even believe it while it's happening? Like, what are you thinking while it's happening? I know you said you're drinking wine and stuff, and you.
Oh, that night, the first night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. It was definitely wild. It was very selfish, being that I just had our baby. Like, it was very selfish, and.
Does he apologize to you?
No.
Really?
He's just like that, though. As you can see, you seen his interview. He said, "Does he regret anything?" He said, "Nope."
Really, what I want to ask you is like, where are you at with that relationship? Because like, it's hard, right?
Yeah.
It's over.
I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like it almost had to go there, like for me to let go.
Why?
I mean, maybe not had to go there, but
You were in it.
I was in it. Like,
You went
Who knows if I would have like stayed if we weren't on live? Like, I don't know. Like, there had been so many chances that I gave, but now like I've just learned and grown so much that I'm just like, okay, I've just learned to love myself so much more, because I feel like I really did love him so much that I was just giving it all to him, all my focus. I didn't even focus on my career. The past 2 years I haven't really done anything with my music or nothing, so yeah, it's definitely over.
So as you guys saw in the interview, DaniLeigh pretty much looked like she was taking some accountability for her participation in the situation with her and Dababy. However, after DaniLeigh's interview did drop in her new song, You're Dead to Me, this is where we saw Dababy's baby mother, Mimi, come out to blast DaniLeigh. Now, a lot of people were confused as to what was happening, and after DaniLeigh's interview did hit the blogs, several people were actually dragging Mimi in the comments, and she honestly was just fed up. I also believe, in my opinion, that when DaniLeigh tried to say she was not a side chick, this is what really triggered Mimi into responding. Now, Mimi saying this: side chick tried to turn main chick while throwing rocks and hiding a hand, and now looking for sympathy from the world? F out of here. My silence done saved a lot of face. Feel how y'all wanna feel, but ain't another person gon' holler about holding Mimi accountable. I'll be quiet, but y'all still find some way to tear down my character. Ain't never been bitter or mad, and the funny thing is, I was being attacked for a year and some change, but ain't never looked to play victim. I sat my butt back and let everything unfold. Karma is just a B word, but we already knew that. And side note, anytime I ever said something to a HOE, it's cause they came for me first. Now, she also responded in the comments of the neighborhood talk. A person says, I watched the whole interview. She was never mentioned. I was actually surprised because DaniLeigh took a lot of accountability and was very apologetic. Not sure why Mimi is feeling attacked. Mimi says, because the critics in the comments. Now, I think that Mimi has a valid point. If you guys don't remember, back in 2020, Mimi actually came out when Dababy was going back and forth between her and DaniLeigh, and she actually shared text messages where she was texting what DaniLeigh was being put on the blogs. For example, DaniLeigh was doing the most, and several of the blogs started posting. Mimi sent the text to Dababy asking him about the situation with DaniLeigh, and he basically denied it and said he wasn't with her. So this is why Mimi has been so upset, because DaniLeigh is not telling the full truth, especially when it comes to her dating Dababy, knowing he had a girlfriend. Now, on top of this, we also saw Dababy and his narcissistic butt get on his Instagram story, and he actually had a lot to say about DaniLeigh. Not only did he say he was still able to get the cookies after he humiliated her, but he also accused DaniLeigh of being a stalker. Chill, talk about a mess. Check this out.
I feel like that's a bad move. I also feel like it's a green move for, your label to have you do drop the interview the same time you dropping a new song. I feel like y'all kind of showing y'all hand. I feel like y'all should have put that together better. I also feel like, before we got on your brother, you were just at the London with me that whole week getting busy. And I also feel like you should tell them folks the real reason why I put you out is because you was stalking my other baby mama, and that's affecting, my relationship with my princess, my big girl.
So as you guys see, this is just a whole mess. And at the end of the day, I really do hope that all of these people can heal, because the only person that is going to be affected are the children. But DaniLeigh, I do have to give you the side eye because there is no way that you gonna sit up there do an interview, baby girl, and make it seem like you're done knowing you was still getting busy with this man not even too long ago. And to be funny about it, he literally got busy with you before he mollywopped your brother. Yikes. Also, the Yellow Bone song, in my opinion, was a jab at Mimi. I feel like everyone saw that sentiment, and even though DaniLeigh is apologizing, I do think she needs to take accountability for that. It was at a time where Dababy was going back and forth, and I really do believe, in my opinion, she was shading Mimi. Chill, a hot mess. Alright, you guys, now the next topic I do want to discuss is none other than Megan Clubfoot the Stallion and a new report coming out from not only the doctor but also law enforcement that actually says Miss Megan the Stallion was injured by glass. Child, this is going to be a very interesting topic, and we're going to deep dive into the police report so you guys can see what they're saying. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Mob Radio. She is one of the only bloggers that I saw stay on top of this case, and she did go ahead and release some receipts. And so I do want to give a shout out to her. We will be using her receipts, and don't forget to go subscribe to her channel. Now, this is the actual report from that night, and this is what the report says. Megan Heat was transported to Cedars-Sinai and treated by Dr. Lafredo for lacerations to the foot. The doctor confirmed that her lacerations were due to stepping on glass. Yikes. Now, this is actually not far-fetched from what we heard from Whack 100. Now, y'all know Whack 100 mind everybody business but his own, but remember he came out to talk about the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation, and Whack 100 said that Megan Thee Stallion was trying to kick the window open. So she was on the inside trying to kick the window open, and her foot was injured from the glass because she was trying to kick the window, and she succeeded. However, we have to play devil's advocate. Even though, right, there was glass and all these different things at the scene, there were also shell casings found at the scene. So this does not deter from the fact that there was an object used, and I honestly believe, you guys, that it wasn't used to intentionally hurt Megan. I feel like somebody may have used it to basically control Megan. For example, in the medical report that was shown on the CBS morning show, you actually see the doctor provide the entire procedure that he did for Megan. He said this: successful removal of major B fragments. There were tiny fragments of retained that were noted, however, deemed too small to attempt retrieval. So here is the doctor saying that they removed fragments from her foot, and there are still fragments in one of her feet from the incident. They also say this at the top of the page, that Megan Thee Stallion heard a loud noise and ran away. She then noted that she was actually leaking from her foot. Now, this does contradict what Megan said. The hospital was saying she heard a loud noise and ran, but she is saying Tory said Dan's B word, and then he proceeded to pop her. So this is very, very messy. I just want us to see how this plays out. We don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't think we should just jump to the conclusion that Megan Thee Stallion lied about everything. Although you guys know I'm critical on her, I do think that this situation does have to play out. So let me know what you guys think about these topics down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give this video a big thumbs up. I love you guys to the moon and back, and we'll chop it up down below. Bye guys.